What if you want power and comfort? What if you want to go fast, but you also want to be warm and take all your stuff with you? What if it's not as much about showing off as it is about getting places? What if you want your cake and you want to eat it too? No problem. There's a sled for that. Yamaha's Sidewinder comes in a rainbow of flavors, including the more reserved yet every bit as powerful STX DX 137. Same motor as the, let's call them harder core versions, but with a few more creature comforts for the more mature and distinguished motorhead. I'm not going to say the Sidewinder STX DX concept is anything special. Putting big power under the hood of a more reserved-looking vehicle is nothing new. But what is new, and what is special, is just how much power they managed to cram under that hood. The heart of any Yamaha Sidewinder is that sweet 998cc 3-cylinder turbocharged power plant. The secret to its overall goodness and real-world usability is how the turbo is tuned to deliver boost at incredibly low RPM, thus nearly eliminating any sensation of turbo lag and making the sled feel every bit as responsive as a non-turbo 4-stroke. Fast? Yeah, but usable. And that's what's most important about the power of any vehicle. Big horsepower will get you to the end of the lake first, but usable power is what gets you from corner to corner in the woods, and the Sidewinder has loads of both. This is what Yamaha does. If they know anything at all, it's certainly how to build a stellar motor. Love or hate sleds like the Vector Apex and Nitro, you can't deny they had fantastic power plants under their hoods. A few interesting bits of technology Yamaha has incorporated into the power plant of the Sidewinder that make it so real-world usable are, for starters, an air bypass valve, which, unlike a blow-off valve that simply vents pressure to the atmosphere, the bypass valve reroutes pressurized air back to the intake side of the turbo when the throttle is cut, which helps maintain impeller speed so boost is ready for the next pull of the throttle. This dramatically reduces turbo lag. The turbo is also liquid-cooled. Coolant from the engine is circulated through the turbo body to help keep its temperatures down during normal operation. On top of that, there's a very unique convection-style coolant circulation system that cools the turbo down to proper levels after the vehicle has been shut off. A boosted engine that's designed to output around 200 horsepower from just under 1,000 cc's and be run at full throttle for long periods of time needs to be tough. And this one is, thanks to a forged crank, pistons and camshafts, and hardened steel connecting rods. Riding a Sidewinder is a lot like being on a jet airplane. When you're just cruising around slowly, it's pretty tame. It's actually sort of unimpressive. But for anyone who's ever flown before, the sensation of squeezing the flipper on this thing is just like when a pilot throttles up on the runway before takeoff. Power builds smoothly, and the sled pulls super hard through a mid-range that really just doesn't seem to end. It's like the sled continues to accelerate as long as you're willing to hold that throttle open. It's a good feeling, and if it doesn't bring a smile to your face, you're likely already dead. The rest of the STX DX package is aimed at keeping you warm and comfortable and allowing you to take all of your stuff with you. A nice tall windshield keeps you warm but also looks good. The saddlebags are listed as being semi-hard. Basically, it means they have a hard outer shell, but they do look good and they give you lots of room to carry your stuff. A heated seat is awesome for when things get maximum chilly. So it's got a great motor and a good list of features. What doesn't it do well? Unfortunately, two important things about the Sidewinder STX DX are in need of some attention. First, the ride. This is a performance touring sled, but it comes with a set of non-adjustable shocks that are set too stiff. If this was a base model or a budget sled, I'd be less likely to complain about this. But the Sidewinder DX is a high-performance snowmobile aimed at long-distance touring. It should come with an adjustable set of shocks like the SnowTrax TV favorite Fox QS3s found on other Sidewinder models. There's nothing wrong with non-adjustable shocks on sleds whose price doesn't justify high-end components. But the Sidewinder STX DX is not a cheap sled. It should come with a high-end shock package. The second area that needs attention is an important one, but it also has a super easy fix. We've said many times that Yamaha's tuner ski, while great on the Apex and Vector models, doesn't work very well on the Viper, and that truth carries over to the Sidewinder as well. There's no problem when the trail is flat and the corners are long sweepers. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that in these conditions, handling is pretty good. But the second the corners get tighter, the sled starts to push. All positive steering feel disappears. Why do we think this is due specifically to the tuner ski, you might ask? Easy. Comparable Arctic Cat models handle great, and the only difference in terms of handling is the skis, which highlights the simple solution to this problem. Get yourself a set of Arctic Cat skis for your Sidewinder, and your handling problems disappear. The bottom line with the Sidewinder STX DX137 like we have here is pretty straightforward. Under all the comfort features and amenities, this is an extremely high-performance sled. It's not for the faint of heart, and it's not well suited to guys who spend all their time in the tight twisties. But if you're into long-distance touring, lake running, or putting on big miles in places like Northern Ontario or Quebec, you're the type of rider who can and will make full use of all the power and features Yamaha's Sidewinder STX DX has to offer. If you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more content from SnowTracks TV, click the like button and subscribe to the SnowTracks TV YouTube channel.